Quito, the capital of Ecuador, is known as the gateway to the Galapagos Islands. While many visit as a stopover, Quito offers much more, making a longer stay worthwhile. I stayed in Quito for a few days, and in my opinion, it's a must-explore city and its surroundings. I will share some highlights in this video. But before I start, here's an extremely valuable tip if you decide to explore the city for a few days. Quito is located at 2,800 meters, which is higher than average altitude, and many tourists struggle with the altitude sickness. Some even have trouble sleeping. That's why I took chlorophyll 2 weeks prior to the trip to help adjust to the altitude. Both my wife and I had no issues with sleep or headaches. I mean, you'll still feel the altitude, but it's not as bad. I'll leave a link to the ones I took on Amazon in the description. Now, let's proceed to the things to do in Quito. The number one must-see is definitely Quito's historic center, known as Latin America's best preserved and least altered historic area. This earned Quito the honor of being the first UNESCO World Heritage Site. The Baroque buildings in Old Town have survived earthquakes and modernization, making a walk here feel like stepping back in time. Explore places like Plaza Grande, Iglesia de la Campania, and San Francisco Monastery to admire the stunning architecture. I was quite amazed. The area is touristy with many police around, but still be cautious. Check out my separate video on Quito safety on my channel. A few blocks from the historic center is the must-visit Basílica del Voto Nacional. This is the largest neo-Gothic church in the Americas, featuring sculptures of Ecuador's indigenous animals and armadillos. The building is outstanding in and out. The real highlight is the 360-degree city view from the Twin Bell Towers, making the climb an adventure. At the top, there is a bar serving local drinks like colada morada. After the climb, relax at the hidden cafe and enjoy the view. Next to visit is definitely the TelefériQo, a gondola that takes you to over 3,900 meters. Plan this for your last day to adjust to the high altitude. The TelefériQo is one of the highest aerial lifts in the world, offering stunning views of Quito at its ascends the eastern slope of the Pichincha volcano. At the upper station, you'll find a platform with peaceful scenery, photo spots, swings, and hiking trails. We attempted to hike Pichincha volcano, but felt weak halfway and turned back. So remember, don't underestimate the altitude. If you don't feel okay, just go back. Another popular spot is the middle of the world. As you probably know, Ecuador is where the equator crosses the country, and what's so-called Mitad del Mundo marks the spot with the main equator monument and the big yellow equator lane, a perfect photo opportunity for tourists. There is also a museum showcasing the Ecuador's history and more. Besides the touristy attractions, it's fun to experiment with gravity at the equator. Despite its touristy feel, I enjoyed the museum and the overall vibe. Nearby is the Reserva Geobotanical Pululahua, a unique geobotanical reserve where you can see how people live in the crater of an inactive volcano from above. Just 5 minutes away is the Temple of the Sun Museum by painter Ortega Maila. This place is a paradise for architecture, art, culture, and history lovers. The temple has 3 floors filled with paintings and cultural objects, and at the top you'll find another stunning view of the inactive volcano. Finally, experience the local vibe by visiting Parque La Carolina. It's a non-touristy place, but where many locals spend their time. We walked around, experienced local life, and tried some street food. For example, we had a traditional Ecuadorian dish called mote con chicharrón. The portion was quite generous, and it only cost $2. It was probably the best $2 dinner I had. You can explore all the spots I mentioned on your own, unless you really prefer a guided tour. But in my opinion, there is no need to hire a guide. And for those wanting to experience some natural wonders of Ecuador, there are a few really nice day trips available from Quito. I'll share links in the description so you can book them in advance. Using my referral links will greatly help me to support this channel. Thank you for that. First, I highly recommend a day trip from Quito to Quilotoa Lake. The trip starts early since it's located 3 hours away, but it's so worth it. The panoramic vistas of Quilotoa Lagoon are among the most magnificent sights I've seen in Ecuador. I suggest a guided tour that includes transportation, and you can find the link in the video description. The lagoon was formed by collapse of an extinct volcano, with a 3-kilometer wide and 250-meter deep crater filled with water. The dissolved volcanic minerals give lagoon its green color. The lake surface is 3,500 meters above sea level. When you visit, I highly recommend hiking down to the lake and kayaking. It feels like a different planet. By the way, if you're still watching this video, I will highly appreciate if you smash the like button. so YouTube algorithms can recommend this video to more travelers. The second day trip from Quito that I highly recommend is to Cotopaxi National Park. Here you can hike to one of the highest active volcanoes, reaching almost 5,000 meters. This beautiful park, with its fascinating history and stunning natural surroundings, offers an unforgettable experience. On our way, we also stopped at a few places along the trail, like Laguna de Cuicocha, and again, I'll leave the link to the tour in the description. Finally, Otavalo is approximately 2 hours away north of Quito. It is one of the most prominent day tours from Quito, and is most known for hosting South America's largest artisan handicrafts market, and biggest day is Saturday. At Otavalo's market, you'll discover a wide variety of textiles, alpaca-made blankets, ponchos, jewelry, and all the traditional stuff in Ecuador. If you go to this area, I also recommend going to Laguna de Cuicocha, and again, you'll find the link to the tour in the description. And by the way, if you decide to go to Otavalo area, I will highly recommend this hotel that we really enjoyed. I left the link in the video description, make sure to check it out. There are more day trips that you can do from Quito, but I shared the most popular ones. Make sure to check out my video with my travel in Ecuador mainland for 15 days, where I shared more details. As well as make sure to check out my latest video about Galapagos Islands. Finally, I have a website blog, mytriptoecuador.com, where I shared all the possible details about traveling in Ecuador. So make sure to check it out. Subscribe to the channel if you want to have another travel content on your feed. Thanks for watching and happy travels!